They're rallied again today. Wigan versus Featherstone Rovers. They're back on Rugby League Live.
Seven games into their title defence, the champions Wigan are behind on points. The punch of last season's been missing so far, but Featherstone today look to be made to measure. They've not won here in 25 years, but they should take heart from the Test series. Remember, the experts said that Great Britain and Australia would be a mismatch too. Let's see how they go. It's almost time for kick-off. Let's hope Clive Tilsley has as much to shout about as that Australian Test commentator we heard before. Clive.
Good day, everybody. This is Wigan's first appearance on Rugby League Live since the Charity Shield, when their casualty list favoured a Test lineup. They're nearing full strength again now. Andy Gregory and Ian Lucas were injured in midweek, but their replacements are both Test players. Andy Goodway returns to the pack, with Andy Platt moving up to his Great Britain position at prop, and Bobby Goulding wears the number 7 shirt. He'll reach his scrum half battle today with Derek Fox, who went on tour as Britain's first choice in the summer, but Goulding soon displaced him and played in all 5 tests against Papua New Guinea and New Zealand. Fox captains a Featherstone side without last season's teenage sensation Paul Newlove through injury. This season's teenage sensation Martin Pearson gets a place on the wing as a result. Britain tourist Ian Smales steps into the problem standoff half berth. Chris Bibb in the line, a bit of space from Manning. Skerritt making the tackle wide out. Smales. Good break by Ian Smales. Now he's got support to his left. He's kicked ahead. It's a straight run between Smales and Edwards, and Smales has won the chase. And Featherstone Rovers take a shot lead. Ian Smales, who much prefers to play in the Featherstone pack, pressed into their problem position at standoff half and coming up with a try that Gary Schofield would have been proud of. Martin Pearson unable to improve Ian Smales' try. Featherstone leading by 4 points to 0. Andy Platt. Clever kick by Dermot. Oh, it's bounced kindly for him too. Sean Edwards with a real chance. And here's the first Wigan try. To Edwards the glory, but to Martin Dermot the credit. And that'll come as a major relief to Wigan. They're level.
Brilliant try here on the back of some really good, skillful play. Dermot getting away from the marker. Brendan Tuta, the replacement, went to sleep. What a bounce and great hands. And Edwards showed what a great supporting player he is and how quick he is. Had a stumble, but still had plenty of time to get there.
Goulding's missed it again. Wigan haven't taken full advantage. Kevin Iro. Oh, he's so exciting when he gets some open field. And Lydon has hung on. And Lydon goes clear. And Wigan go in front. Joe Lydon score. But the awesome power of Kevin Iro made it possible. He stakes his claim for replacing Mal Reilly's plans for next week, but I wonder what Mal and Phil Larder would do if they had Kevin Iro available to them.
Wonderful set piece this. Iro coming from the other side of the scrum. Poor attempt at a tackle by Smales. You just have to go in harder than that. Look at the strength. Pushes himself through a good tackle from Bibb. Lydon spare because Pearson had to come to help, such as the power of Iro. Left him free, and he certainly had all the necessary speed to get there for a really good try. We're going to run a roll now.
Bobby Goulding wide of the mark again. That was his most difficult attempt, but really Wigan's 8 points to 4 lead. Platt and Skerritt involved again. Goulding. Lovely step. Might go all the way himself. Bobby Goulding. Oh, it was a high tackle. It didn't prevent him from getting in, though. He'll have some bells ringing in his head, but he won't mind. Bobby Goulding stretches the Wigan lead. A try of individual brilliance.
This game has really speeded up, and Goulding read it right, hit the ball up off the right foot. Again, Bibb has fended away with a right-hand fend by Goulding. Oh, how's that for a smack at chops? Oh, my heavens. And 4 points might just solve his headache problem a little bit. But, oh, Chris Burt, but look at this. He read it perfectly, Goulding. Really pushed hard into the hole. Not as hard as it is, though. Oh.
Well, it's Bobby Goulding's second try of the season. He's just back from a 2-match suspension. He's lost the goal-kicking responsibilities to Steve Hampson. That's Wigan's first successful kick of the afternoon.
I said the game will go like that. If it's tight, he'll be wondering why the crowd aren't cheering and shouting that Wigan aren't running out of the field like they expected, and therefore start just giving them a penalty to ease the pressure. That's what he did. Just got a couple of tries, got in front, but our lads have stuck to the task well. But we're just not getting enough of the ball. They're getting penalties and plenty of ball and possession, and the referees give several penalties in the second half, and therefore we're just not getting enough of the ball to make ourselves pay.
You can be sure Peter Fox side will keep plugging away in the hope of something might happen. They've got a lot to do. Here's Ian Gildart. We can have good position again. Edwards. Hanley. Chance for Ellery Hanley. You don't stop the best player in the world from that range. Oh, that was easy peasy for him. Ellery Hanley's 4th try of the season stretches the Wigan lead, and he's hardly been in the game, with the truth told, Brian.
Yeah, he was in it here, though. It was a lovely pass from Edwards. Drew the defence in well. Hanley still driving hard to get there. See a good shot of it here from the back. How Edwards draws in that defender, Burton. Edwards, really nicely timed pass. Hanley all the way. Gee, pushed hard.
The strong arm of the law is keeping an eye on things. They haven't got to keep too much of an eye on that as it drifts wide.
Some really important tackles, and a lot of them.
Now they've got about 14-man overlap here. Dean Bell. David Myers trying to make something of it. Kick through, and where did these two come from? Now watch them fight each other. Oh, who tries that? It's Hanley or Myers. I think Ellery's going to have that. Your time will come, son. That's my try. But Hanley and Edwards were virtually handing each other off there. Second try for the great man.
Where this starts on the left-hand touchline, as you called it, Clive, a massive overlap here on the right-hand side. Quick hands. Hampson all the way here to Bell, who puts the hammer down. Simpson's in that position no one ever wants to be in, with 3 or 4 coming at him. Lovely, well-placed kick by Bell. Now, Bibb had plenty to say here about this after the try's been scored. I think if anyone had anything to say, it should have been Sean Edwards, because Bibb pulled him off the ball.
Yeah, he was on Hanley's side. That's Wigan's second success of the afternoon. Rather ironic cheers for that too. 24-4 is their lead. 24-4 is the final score. Those 2 tries by Ellery Hanley in the final 20 minutes, just easing Wigan clear of Peter Fox's Featherstone, who started the match so brightly and actually led right up until the half-hour mark through Ian Smales' early try. But the key period in the game was probably the 10 minutes prior to half-time, when Sean Edwards and Joe Lydon eventually made the most of Wigan's pressure with the tries which edged them in front and set the stage for first Bobby Goulding and then Ellery Hanley with his 2 tries to stretch Wigan's lead to the sort of figures that their overall dominance deserved on the whole. Wigan, 3 wins in a row, are moving up the First Division table. That takes them into 4th place tonight, and Brian Smith won't need reminding that although his whole side are on top, Wigan are now just 3 points behind them. So November may have been the month when we've seen the start of another Wigan Championship push. We've seen them approaching their best at times this afternoon and beating Featherstone Rovers by 24 points to 4. We'll have the verdict next on Rugby League Live.